Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Upon royal directives of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the official leave for the Blessed Isra wa al-Miraj is announced. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Syed Haytham bin Tariq Al Said participates in the opening ceremony of the new building of Qatar's National Museum. His Highness Syed Asad bin Tariq Al Said receives a regional director for the Middle East at the World Health Organization and representative of the organization to the Sultanate. And the Supreme Council for Planning reviews projects of enhancing economic growth and discusses the increase of the government's investment besides providing job opportunities. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. On the occasion of the Blessed Isra wa al-Miraj, and as per the royal directives of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency Syed Khalid bin Halal bin Saud Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court and Chairman of the Civil Service Council, issued a decision declaring Wednesday and Thursday, the 3rd and 4th of April 2019, an official leave for employees at ministries, public authorities and other units of the state's administrative apparatus. Meanwhile, His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser bin Abdullah Al Bakri, Minister of Manpower, issued a decision declaring Wednesday and Thursday, the 3rd and 4th of April 2019, an official leave for employees at private sector companies and establishments. The decision allowed employers and employees to agree on compensating this leave if the necessity arises, as well as compensating employees whose weekly leave coincides with the mentioned leave. All employees in the public and private sectors extended their heartfelt greetings and best wishes to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos on this blessed occasion, praying to Allah the Almighty to protect His Majesty, grant him good health, happiness and long life. And for the return of this and similar occasions on His Majesty, the Omani people and the beloved country with further progress and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty the Sultan, and for all Muslims with good omens and blessings. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Highness Syed Haytham bin Tariq Al Said left for the state of Qatar to attend the opening ceremony of the new building of Qatar National Museum, due to be held today. His Highness Syed Haytham is accompanied by an official delegation comprising His Excellency Najib bin Yahya Al Balushi, the Sultanate's ambassador accredited to Qatar. His Excellency Salam bin Mohammed Al Marouki, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Heritage and Culture for Heritage Affairs, and His Excellency Said Faisal bin Hamoud Al Busaidi, Advisor of the Ministry of Heritage and Culture, and a number of officials. His Highness Syed Asad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan, received Dr. Ahmed bin Salam Al Mandri, Regional Director for the Middle East at the World Health Organization, and Dr. Ak Jamal Magdimova, representative of the World Health Organization to the Sultanate. The meeting reviewed the efforts of the organisation and aspects of cooperation existing between the Sultanate and the WHO, in addition to the means of enhancing and developing it. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Saidi, Minister of Health, Their Excellencies the Secretary General and Advisors of His Highness's Office. The Supreme Council for Planning, during its first meeting of the year, reviewed the process of implementing development projects within the 9th five-year plan and the projects which enhance the economic growth and increase governmental investment, providing job opportunities, besides discussing the executive position of the main development projects and means of tackling the challenges faced by some of these projects. The Council discussed in its meeting the procedures taken to prepare the first National Voluntary Report of the Sultanate on implementing goals of Sustainable Development 2030, which will be presented to the General Assembly of the United Nations this year. The Council reviewed the report of Oman's economy performance, which indicated that the gross domestic product at the end of the third quarter of 2018 achieved a growth of more than 15% with the current prices, where the percentage of non-oil activities contribution growth reached about 3.5% as the GDP continued to achieve good growth averages supported by the increase of oil activities, namely crude oil and natural gas, with a slight increase in inflation percentages. The report clarified that the non-oil exports during the previous period had increased by 25% as at the end of September 2018. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masood Al Sunaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Planning, with the presence of Their Excellencies the members of the Council. The Board of Directors of the Institute of Public Administration, and during its first meeting this year, approved the guide for its award, which aims to support researches and management studies in the Sultanate. The Institute Award also aims to encourage the scientific research movement and researchers to study and analyse management cases in the Sultanate. The Board of Directors also discussed the Institute's role in rendering consultation services and its vision to strengthen its position as an expert house specialised in the field of financial and administrative consultation. The Board also revealed the Institute approach to alliance with leading consultation bodies in order to implement mega consultation projects related to Oman Vision 2040. His Excellency Syed Badr bin Saud Al Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defence Affairs, paid a visit to the Narashino Air Base. This came within the framework of the official visit of His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Defence Affairs, to Japan. His Excellency was briefed by the base commander on the roles and duties that Narashino Base undertakes within the missions of Japanese self-defense forces. He was briefed on the air defense system that Japan uses to protect its territory. He also witnessed a visual presentation on the air defense system, its components and its work mechanism. Sultan Qaboos University hosted the first international conference for student affairs. The conference, entitled Reality and Challenges, discussed the role of activities in building the personality of university students and challenges being faced in this regard. The conference sessions also discussed the importance of local, regional and international experiences in the field of students' affairs and expertise exchange. Around 61 researchers from various Arab countries took part in the event. They presented a number of work papers on student affairs and the role of activities in building the personalities of students. The conference focused on services being rendered by Sultan Qaboos University to students. Such services include social welfare and nutrition. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Abdullah bin Nasser Al Harasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television. The Sultanate reviewed with the Economic Cooperation and Development Organization and Arab Gulf Countries Education Office the International Comparative Report for School Assessment, which was prepared to reach better learning from an international perspective. Through intensified workshops, experts and specialists from the Sultanate and some Arab countries discussed the main topics tackled by the reports, which are considered currently as the reference document for many countries to improve their school assessment systems. The report shed light on topics such as who is responsible for school assessment, the mechanisms and plans to review and evaluate the quality of school education, and main school assessment indicators. The GCC Parliamentary Coordination and Foreign Relations Committee agreed on the proposal submitted by the Sultanate through the Shura Council about the role of legislators in achieving the goals of sustainable development. The committee decided to include the proposal in the agenda of the 12th meeting of the heads of Shura, Parliament's national councils, scheduled to be held tomorrow, Thursday. This came during the 11th meeting of the committee organised by the Saudi Shura Council in cooperation with the Omani Shura Council and the GCC General Secretariat held in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The proposal included the rational objectives of the study as one of the important issues that touch the concerns of the Gulf citizens at this time. The memorandum submitted by the Sultanate reviews the most important dimensions that should be highlighted when conducting researches on the subject in order to reach practical visions and recommendations that contribute to the establishment of stable rules for sustainable development in the Gulf Arab states. Still to come in our news bulletin. With the participation of 150 artists from many countries, the Oman International Fine Arts Exhibition is launched. In line with the government's strategy to develop Omani ports distributed along the Sultanate's coast and enhancing administrative, regulative and operational efficiency of the ports, the Ministry of Transport and Communications grant the right of administration and operation of Qasab and Shinas ports to Marafi Company, affiliated to the Omani International Logistics Group, ASIAD, to operate them. The Ministry aimed, through granting administration of operating ports, to enhance the regulation and operation process and their integration with the main ports, besides providing facilities for handling ships loaded with goods for imports and exports. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth launched 12 mobile veterinary clinics, the third phase. The project came with support by Petroleum Development Oman Company. It provides all veterinary treatment and preventative services in mountainous areas. The project came within the Ministry's endeavour to develop services provided to the livestock sector. The launching ceremony included a visual presentation on the role of these clinics and its contribution in providing health and veterinary services for animals all over the Sultanate. 13 male and female artisans have obtained the International Business Driving Licence after passing the test on raising the efficiency of artisans. The programme included entrepreneurship mechanisms and project management, goal design, planning and human resource management. The programme was organised by the Public Authority for Craft Industries. It was funded by the British Bank as part of its strategic plans for social responsibility activities. It also aimed to prepare them to take part in Expo Dubai 2020 and open a marketing outlet for selling the craft products of participants at Beit El Baranda Museum in the Walaya of Matra. The Sultanate, represented by the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources, participated along with other countries in the world celebration of World Water Day. During the celebration, a number of cultural, social and sporting events and activities were implemented. The events focused on the water situation in the Sultanate in order to enhance the social awareness with this valuable resource and the necessity of keeping it from attrition. With participation of 150 artists from various countries of the world, the Oman International Fine Arts Exhibition was launched at Oman Convention and Exhibition Centre. The exhibition witnessed participation of a number of educational and artistic institutions in the Sultanate. The exhibition is considered an artistic icon, supporting various types of fine arts in order to increase cultural and artistic awareness. It also contributed in introducing modern mechanisms in promoting artworks. The inauguration ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Abdulaziz bin Mohammed Al Rawas, advisor of His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs. The College of Agricultural and Marine Sciences at Sultan Qaboos University has discovered a new disease that threatens the cultivation of citrus crops in the Sultanate. Specialists at the college noticed the appearance of the symptoms of this disease on Omani lemon trees that include the existence of yellow veins on leaves, a macular mosaic on the leaves, and partial greenness of the fruits. The specialists believe these symptoms are of bacterial greening disease, also known as green dragon disease. The DNA analysis showed the existence of the cause of disease from the Asian bacterial strain Liberibacter. The disease is distributed in areas including Sahar, Al-Jabal al-Aqtar, Rastak and Salalah. The ancient tombs in the village of Zucayt in the Walaya of Izki in Dakhliya Governorate, in addition to its historical and cultural archaeological monuments, make it a touristic destination for visitors from inside and outside the Sultanate. Our reporter Salah bin Kaufan Arabi has more details in the following report.
Zucayt, a village in the Walaya of Izki in the Dakhliya Governorate. Visitors flock to this village to see the historical monuments here, such as these impressive archaeological tombs, which date back to 3000 BC, spreading along the mountain overlooking the village. They are cylinder-shaped and resemble beehives.
I see it like a lot of other places, very interesting, and it's a very old culture, and still with a question mark. It has not been cleared everything, so we have been told. So it's very interesting to be here.
Another attraction here is this rock, which reminds the tourists of the beautiful past, when it was then used to grind grain. It is not far from the old lanes and the historic towers amid the palm groves.
We have many friends who have been here before, and they all told us how nice and beautiful the people and the land and everywhere is here in Oman, and how safe the land is. And we were very interested now in to see it by ourselves, and everything was very, very nice.
The youth in the village of Zucayt have set a model in preserving the beauty of the village, its landmarks, and all the natural components here. The villages here are flowing, watering the orchards and fields, portraying a beautiful scene for everyone looking for tranquility. The beauty of nature in this village is in harmony with the achievements of the blessed Renaissance. From the Wilaya of Izki, Salih bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Dakhliya Governorate.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over most of the northern governorates, with chances of low clouds and rains. Winds will be southeasterly to south, light to moderate. Seas will be slight to moderate, with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Upon royal directives of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the official leave for the Blessed Isra wa al-Miraj is announced. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Said Haytham bin Tariq Al Said participates in the opening ceremony of the new building of Qatar's National Museum. His Highness Syed Asad bin Tariq Al Said receives the Regional Director for the Middle East at the World Health Organization and representative of the organization to the Sultanate. And the Supreme Council for Planning reviews projects of enhancing economic growth and discusses the increase of the government's investments besides providing job opportunities. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.